In today's lesson from 7-6 Ground School Chick, we're going to talk about weight and balance. This material will come up on your FAA written exam and the oral portion of your Checkride, so let's dive in. In our last video, Weight and Balance Part 1, I said I would explain how we can determine if our airplane is well balanced and within the limits set by the manufacturer. Before we delve into the details, it's important to understand that the limits of our aircraft can vary based on the airplane's intended use. Let's dive into this chart, which is organized into two categories: normal and utility. Each category is defined by specific limits set by the aircraft manufacturer. These limits differentiate the types of maneuvers your aircraft can safely perform, such as spins and approved aerobatics. The utility category offers a greater flexibility for these maneuvers. The forward and aft limits of an airplane significantly influence its maneuverability. These boundaries are deliberately kept tight, not just to enhance the flight experience, but also to maintain the aircraft within safe operating conditions. By adhering to these stricter center of gravity or CG limits and ensuring the aircraft is not overweight, we can effectively mitigate risks, such as potential wing stress. Let's look at how we maintain our airplane CG within these limits, ensuring a safer and more enjoyable flight experience. Let's dive back into our seesaw analogy to deepen our understanding. Our fulcrum is akin to the center of lift, a fundamental concept when it comes to weight and balance. The challenge lies in pinpointing our center of gravity on our seesaw. How do we achieve this? By taking measurements from a specific spot for all the weights on the seesaw and the weight of the seesaw itself, because that also has an impact. So even if our seesaw had no weights on it, if the fulcrum was off center, the seesaw would not be properly balanced. For our purposes, envision measuring from the left end of the seesaw. This first step sets the stage for accurately identifying our center of gravity, laying the foundation for everything that follows. The point on the seesaw where we start the measurement is called our reference datum. From this reference point, it's a matter of determining the distance of an object. If we put a few weights on the seesaw and each one weighs 20 pounds, this one is 15 inches away from our reference datum. The distance between our weight and the datum is called the arm. Understanding this allows us to calculate the torque exerted by this 20-pound weight on our seesaw. We call this torque measurement moment. The formula we use to calculate the moment is weight multiplied by arm equals moment, or WHAM, as a memory aid. So if you want to determine the force or torque generated by this 20-pound weight on the seesaw, it's a simple computation. Multiply the weight, 20 pounds, by the arm length, 15 inches, resulting in a torque of 300 inch-pounds. When we calculate our weight and balance, what we are trying to do is find our center of gravity. To do this, we need to consider all the factors collectively on our seesaw, as well as the seesaw itself. First up is weight 1, weighing 20 pounds, with an arm of 2 inches, since it's 2 inches away from the reference datum. 20 pounds multiplied by 2 inches gives us a moment of 40 inch-pounds. Weight 2 also weighs 20 pounds and is 15 inches from the reference datum, which results in a moment of 300 inch-pounds. Weight 3 is also 20 pounds and has an arm of 20 inches, so 20 times 20 gives us 400 inch-pounds. And lastly, the seesaw itself. Let's just say the seesaw weighs 20 pounds as well. Where is the seesaw's arm located? The arm is essentially the center of whatever item we're measuring. This remains true unless there's specific information from the manufacturer indicating that the center of gravity is located elsewhere. But in this case, the center on the seesaw is 12 inches, so the arm measurement is 12 inches. Now, if we use our formula, weight times arm equals moment, we proceed by multiplying 20 times 12, which gives us the seesaw's moment to be 240 inch-pounds. With this information, we can consider all these factors together to identify our center of gravity. We will find our center of gravity and do some practice exercises in our weight and balance part 3 video coming up soon. I hope today's lesson was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future private pilot ground school lessons. And if you're interested in doing your private pilot ground school online directly with me and have me sign you off to take your FAA private pilot written exam, please reach out at chickswhoflyofficial@gmail.com.